Vaughan, former 2:56 marathon runner and aiming for sub 3:30 as a female 60 at the Manchester Marathon.
And I'm John, former 2:42 marathon runner and aiming to run a good for age of 3:15 or under at the Manchester Marathon.
So in this video we're going to take you through our peak training week.
That's right, with 6 weeks to go to the Manchester Marathon, we both ran over 80 miles in that training week. But we did it slightly differently, so sit back, relax and see how we built up day by day to both hitting 80 miles, or for those of you working kilometres, over 128 kilometres for our training week. So our peak mileage week started slowly on Monday. I did a 2-mile run on Zwift at lunchtime just to get my legs moving, and then in the afternoon we went out and did an easy 6 miles along the TPT on the flat with our friend Alex. And then come Tuesday lunchtime, here I am content creating and getting another 2 miles run done.
So Tuesday afternoon after work we enjoyed a lovely run in the beautiful sunshine. It was a chilly day, but then, you know, having some sun in the middle of winter is definitely worth getting out for. So yes, after the easy 5-mile run we planned in 6 hill sprints.
So we're not trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes here that this is a tough week. It's our highest mileage week of the marathon block, but we're now off to find a short steep hill to do 6 hill sprints on, aren't we?
So the 3 reasons that we do hill sprints, or very fast strides, is number 1, they develop your speed. They help to raise the ceiling of your VO2 max. So number 2, by doing them on a hill, it actually helps to reduce injury, because when you're running flat out on a flat piece of road, it can actually put extra stress on your muscles. Also, doing it on a hill helps to build your strength. So thirdly, it helps to build your neuromuscular system, which is the connection between your brain and your muscles. So this communication between your brain and your muscles helps to make you a more efficient runner. So before we carry on, we'd really like you to give this video a like, and if you haven't subscribed, we'd love you to do so.
So it's now Wednesday lunchtime, and in my lunch break I'm just doing a little 2-mile run. Now you might think, what's the point of running for 2 miles? What's that going to do for you? There's a few things. If I didn't run, I'd be sat in my car between appointments, deactivating my glutes, getting tight hip flexors and basically detraining, which is what's happened to me largely over the past 12 years. So we're getting out, even for 20 minutes. I'm not sitting down, I'm moving, I'm burning a few extra calories, and I believe I'm stimulating human growth hormone. I've read that even as little as 10 to 30 minutes of running can stimulate extra HGH, which makes you a stronger runner in the long term. So for those reasons, I regularly do 20 or 30 minutes when time permits during my lunch times. So it's now Wednesday evening, it's just after 5 o'clock and we are out again, and on the cards tonight is somewhere between 10 and 12 miles, hence the head torch, even though it's light. Now we rarely run straight from our house because we have to negotiate the busy main road in our town just behind us, so we walk a little way down to the trail, and tonight we are going to meet
Suzanne,
who is running really well and training for the London Marathon.
So the medium long run is a run that we have done throughout our marathon training throughout all the years that we've been running, and sometimes after work that run is quite difficult to get out and do. So it's quite important that you find a way around this, because as I said, it helps the back of the long run. So what we do is we try to meet up with a friend, which is what we did this week, and we enjoyed a lovely run of 12 miles.
It's not dark yet, but it's getting there.
So I don't know how well you can see this with all these lights, but 100 minutes, 12 miles, all on a school night. Well done everybody. So Thursday and another one of my lunchtime trots. It's important for me before even doing 2 miles that I do proper activation, otherwise I'm setting off with very stiff and sore muscles and risking injury. So this particular lunchtime, nice to get out around the scenic lakeside in Doncaster and complete, as I said, another 2 miles to add to the training log, keeping my legs loosely. So also on Thursday, before picking Dawn up from work, I headed over to the gym and did a short core routine. I find it's really necessary with all the commuting I do to do lots of strength, conditioning and core to ward off those injuries and make sure I can continue training towards the Manchester Marathon.
Post work, and we're out on the TPT, and today is another run, and it's what type of run?
Easy recovery.
Easy recovery with a friend. So let's go and meet Alex. So the temperature's dropped again. Is anybody else starting to feel what John calls winter weather fatigue? So what's the purpose of an easy run? Well, for instance, it allows you to switch off. You can just enjoy a run without thinking about pace, without thinking about sessions. It's a nice time to meet up with friends. You can switch your brain off from anything other than just enjoying being out in the fresh air.
And we're lucky to live where we do. As you can see from this footage, we are on the foot of the Pennines and have some wonderful views now the evenings are lighter. So this run was sandwiched between the hard 12 miles on Wednesday evening and the session we planned to do on the Friday. So it was good just to do a steady hour and to get Thursday's run done.
So yes, it left the muscles nicely recovered so we could then attack Friday.
And attack Friday, we surely did. So after a few light miles on the treadle in the morning, we went out later in the afternoon and rolled out a 12-mile run with 8 times 1 mile at somewhere between marathon and half marathon pace. It was a good session, we both executed it really well, and we made a separate video to show you how the session unfolded, what paces we hit, and what we think that tells us about our potential half marathon and marathon times in the races we've got coming up in the next couple of weeks. So go and check that video out if you haven't done so already.
So Saturday saw us do Newark Parkrun over in Nottinghamshire. The full video for that will be out soon, so keep an eye out.
And on to Sunday and the most important run of the week, the long run. So this week Suzanne joined us, we did 20, she did 16 to bring up big mileage weeks for everybody. We did an undulating route, some on country lanes, some on the TPT. Now a little note about fueling, I've been finding the OTE Super Carbs drink really gives me a boost early on, and for this run for the first time I tried out the OTE Chews and found them really effective. 1 every 2 miles kept me going for the 20.
So when Suzanne left us, we had a few more miles to go, so John and I decided to finish on a nice fast pace. We've done this now for the last couple of runs, and it replicates the tiredness you feel at the end of a marathon.
So long run done, and that takes me to 80 miles for the week. And yourself?
72 I think.
72 and a bit.
Yeah.
So biggest training week of this block, and we will leave it there with 5 weeks to go to Manchester. And why we're leaving it at 5 weeks with our biggest mileage week? Because I want to get specific. So next week we've got a half marathon entered. I want to do quite well at that, obviously so does Dawn, so we need to taper down for that.
Whoop!
So that 7.6 mile double for Dawn brought up 27.6 miles for her on Sunday, and that's how she attained 80 miles in the week. So she had that massive Sunday double. I picked my way at it through the week with my short doubles for reasons I explained earlier. So that's our peak mileage week for the Manchester Marathon. If you've enjoyed this video, then please give it a like, and if you'd like to see our progress in the last few weeks before Manchester and how we get on at a fast half marathon next week, then please consider subscribing. It's free to you. So until next week, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.